Here we are. Uh, Today I thought we'd take a look at the settings page on the Motorola Moto G Android phone. This is the phone that I have. So I mean this is the page. It's got all these different buttons, all these settings, all the way down. So obviously the first four, you know what I'm saying, are fairly self-explanatory. Here, let's look at the data usage. Data usage gives you this cool ass little chart on both the cellular and the Wi-Fi side. As you can see, I use my phone more on Wi-Fi because I don't have any phone service. But I've used 2.44 gigabytes of data between May 5th and April 2nd. Right, it tells you which apps that you're running are using the most data, right, and all that stuff, which percentage. Let's go back. Right, and here at the More button, right, it also gives you these other little things. You know, your airplane mode, your SMS default app. I've got mine set at Signal. I like the encrypted text messaging thing, right? And then your tethering and VPN tunnels and your mobile networks, and then your emergency broadcast band, right? And then your home page, right? This is setting for your home page, which launcher you want to use, I believe is what it is. Yeah, see, I use the default launcher instead of the Google Now launcher because the Google Now launcher was always giving me, it says it's tailored to your, to your choices and stuff, but it never gave me anything when I wanted. Now, the display button, right, deals with, right, the way that your screen is set up, right. I have mine, the adaptive brightness turned on mine because I'm pretty blind anyway. And then that one kind of works pretty good in low light, highlight, low light search situations. But it's got your wallpaper setting, it's got your ambient display, you got your font size, which for me is huge because, like I said, I'm blind anyway. And then your sound and your notification button allows you to customize how you want your sounds, how you want your ringtone volume, say low or high. Right, how you want your media volume, right, low or high, right, so you're getting at it. Also, turn on the vibrator noise, and how you can set your interruptions if you want to be interrupted, during your calls or your events or your reminders and all that stuff, right, and then your downtime, then this stuff down here at the bottom only comes on if you, mess with these two buttons up here at the top, right, and your default notifications ringtone, which is the Moto tone. Right, or you can set it any which way you want. Right. I usually just go with the Moto. Right, because that way it tells me. Right. So anyway, so that's sounds and notifications. Right. Your storage. Right. This one right here. Right. Breaks it down by. As you can see, I have 2.12 gigabytes of available storage space because I cleared out all this other junk just so I could do this for you guys. Right. Right, it tells you which apps, how much you're using what. So you see this little chart at the top, this little color coded. It tells you which one you're. The cool thing about this is that if you touch like the cache data and you hit OK, it clears it, and it drops it from 87 megabytes all the way down to 2. Which, if you look right here, it brought my available up to 2.2 gigabytes. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you gave me even more space, right? And then your miscellaneous one right here. This one, I haven't really quite figured this one out yet. Right, but it has all of these different miscellaneous things right here, apps and stuff. If you want to clear one, you just check it. Or you just check it. Right, and it tells you at the top, 72.00 kilobytes out of 1 gigabyte, I think it is, right? But I'm kind of leery of these, right? Because I don't know what a lot of them are, so now I'm kind of scared, afraid that if I mess with one of them, or I'm going to delete something that my phone needs to have, and I'm not, right? But anyways. That's your storage button. Right, now this is your battery one. This one is pretty self-explanatory, but the cool thing is that if you touch the graph right here where the battery is, it breaks it down and gives you even more. Right? Right here, right now I'm running at 49%, approximately 19 hours left. These Moto Gs, they work pretty good on the battery. They do. Right? If you go back to the main screen, it gives you a breakdown of which system is using what, how much battery, this and that, whatever. And these are just phone systems here, right? These are stuff that comes with your phone. You know, so at the top you can search for anything you want. You know what I'm saying? You can, right? You can turn on your battery saver, right? It's just kind of a cool thing, right? And saying battery saver. On this Moto G, it works really good. Right? I've saved 2% of battery for hours, you know, a couple of times. But anyways, so and then let's move down to your apps. Now I've made videos about apps before. You know what I'm saying, and all that stuff. So I'm not really going to get into the apps on this one. I'm just going to show you that there's three pages here. There's downloaded, there's running, all the ones that are running on your phone right now, right? And then there's the total, all of the apps that you got, you know, that you have, right? See, so we're going to deal with that later, right? Anyway, now see, you come down here to your users button. This tells you who you are, you know what I'm saying, which profiles you were set up, and then you have a guest profile. Then you can like actually add more users if you want, right? See, in case you let other people use your phone. And then right here for your personal settings. Yeah, she's in there. All right, you got your location for your GPS. Right, and saying most of this stuff here won't work unless you turn the little button. See, as soon as you turn on the location, then all this stuff comes to life. You know, right? Because all of these things depend on your GPS being turned on. Me, I don't like being tracked around, so. And then your security for the Moto G, for this phone, there are a lot of security settings that give this phone tons of security, right? I mean, it just really does. I mean, these phones are pretty secure as long as you have a secure PIN code, and you know what I'm saying, you don't let anybody know what it is, right? Don't do that ZU or whatever circle swipe thing. I'm telling you, use a numeric PIN code, right? And this phone is always be safe, right? Now, right, for your accounts, right? This one keeps track of the accounts that you've, you know, settled into. Because remember, this is an Android phone, and then your language and your input, right? And saying how you can turn on the spell checker. It has a personal dictionary. This one, you know, it's got you can set your keyboard up any which way you want. Here, look, you can set up a Google keyboard. You know what I'm saying? But all of these gesture typings and text corrections and this one's got a dictionary too, you know what I'm saying? You can set the language you want it to be in, right? You can do your speech input the same way. Yeah, come on, turn on. There it is, right? See, you can do the enhanced Google speech thing, full, you know, hot word and interaction, or you could do the basic voice recognizing thing. It's pretty cool, you know what I'm saying? I mean, the language and the input buttons on this phone are actually really good. Now, you also, oops, oh, I touched it again. Let's see, go back. Now this is your Motorola privacy button. This one right here is, once again, is one of those things that helps you, you know, set up support for the security and the privacy of your phone, right? You need to do the research on this one, right? I just leave it set up to default, right? And now, your backup and your resets, right? If you touch this bottom one, it erases all data on the phone. You really don't want to do that one unless you're in a situation where you need to clear your phone. You know what I'm saying? You want to try to stay away from that one. Personal data button. Right, but the rest of this stuff, you know what I'm saying, you turn it on, right, so it backs up my data and all that stuff. I use my phone mostly on Wi-Fi right around, like I said, so I tend to let it be backed up. Right, now the Motorola ID button tells you, you know what I'm saying, stuff, services and all that stuff, and right, selects your ID to identify yourself to Motorola, right, for the warranty and all that other stuff. I think it is, but you know what I'm saying, hey, right, and then now down here in the system, right, these are all system buttons, you know what I'm saying, that allow you to activate your device, you update the system, you know, change the date of the time, the way the clock is, you know, automatic time zone, use 24-hour format, all that stuff, right, and then accessibility, you know, saying is once again, these are software packages that are installed in the operating system of the phone. They allow you to, you know, this button here allows you to access those, right, and then printing allows you to either use the cloud print, or I installed the HP print service plugin, right, app, right, because mom has an HP printer, but right now I got it turned off because, you know, we don't have any Wi-Fi. The internet got turned off. But anyway, back to this now, and then this last button is about your phone. This is all the information that you need to know: versions, bandwidth, baseband version, model numbers. See, I have a Moto G, right, kernel version for the Android, right, system version and build number, all that stuff, you know, in case you want to change it, or for all you super high tech people, the super coders and all that stuff, you guys that write phone apps and all that stuff, and this information deals with specific phones. Anyway, so if we go back to the top, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Sorry about the train noise in the background, but this is me, Brian, I thought I'd give you a, a pretty simple overview of the settings page on my Motorola Moto G Android powered phone. Thank you.